Welcome, guys. Welcome to Build Strong Training. It is Monday, the 29th of October, 2018. If you're watching the recording, if you guys are here live, you know the date, hopefully. It's been an amazing last few days. Had so much fun with so many of you guys. The best game plan ever. There's no doubt about that. The best game plan that certainly that I know of, and I've been to every single one of them. I think there was so many elements to it. I think one is there was lots of inspiration. There was a lot of heart in it. I think sometimes we forget the impact that we're making at such a deep level with health and lifestyle and choices and that sort of stuff. And there were some incredible stories. And for me personally, there was lots of tears. Maybe I just didn't sleep enough. That was my excuse, or maybe it's my hormones. I don't know, but it was emotional. Kira, do you want to share anything?
Yeah, it was just, I don't really know what to share, but it was just everything that Adam said, best weekend ever. It was so great to catch up with so many of you and spend some time. And yeah, just the leadership, I think, has gone next level. And it was just so nice to really step back and have that next wave of leaders come through and share their magic and wisdom from the stage and support them. And yeah, that was kind of the highlight for me, actually, is just seeing so many of you come through and raise your hand up and have the confidence to step into that role was really cool.
Yeah, I do want to congratulate those that did step up and not hold the microphone, and either you shared your story so amazingly and hit so many people's hearts, and also those that took charge and took a section. Some of our incredible up and coming leaders, just totally rocked it. And we're so proud of you guys. And I just think it's great to see that every single one of us started a certain level. We all start at the same level in our business, and we all have this great opportunity to really grab this and step into your greatness. And we're certainly seeing some of those do that, which has been really amazing. I did share it was emotional. If you guys missed out, we're going to have a couple of things tonight. We're going to have some of our leaders share their key takeaways for tonight. But I also wanted to get a couple of people that had never, ever been to an event before. And maybe you're a little resistant. Maybe you're wondering, why am I going to go to this? But then after it, you're like, I know a few of you guys came up to me and said, I kind of get it now. I get why you guys talk on training for so long, for so many weeks leading into these big events. Why that? So if you guys are on here, you'd like to share, I'm going to do my best to see if we can get a few of you guys to share. I want to do a little bit of housekeeping stuff before we kind of do that. I wanted two really exciting announcements to make. One is a little bit of a change of our schedule on Monday night training. We're going to change it up a little. We're going to want to continue to evolve. And so what we're going to do is that every Monday night moving forward, as of next Monday, so the first Monday of November 2018, we're going to be starting the event. We're going to start strong half an hour later. So we're going to start strong training half an hour later. So if you guys are here in Queensland, or if it's Australian Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be 7:30. Start strong is going to be at 7:30 till 8 o'clock. This training, Build Strong, is going to be the same time. It's going to be 8 o'clock, okay, 8 o'clock. But half an hour before Start Strong, so it's 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, if you guys are on daylight savings in New South Wales and Victoria, I know predominantly that's where most of us are, it's going to be starting at 8 p.m. While daylight savings are on. So we're going to be doing an event. Myself, Kira, and some of the other leaders are going to be hosting that. We got a bit of a request we kind of missed the Sunday night event. We wish we had that sort of event. We kind of said, well, we're not doing Sunday nights again, but we're certainly open to doing it. So we're going to be running an event every Monday night from 7 to 7:30. You guys can invite all your prospects. I will get Claudine to post up in Team FreeStyle on Wednesday. From Wednesday, you guys will have the Zoom code. We're going to be launching some of our team. Kira and I are still building team, and we want to open up for that. But better yet, that you guys just know that we're going to be holding an event every week. So it's going to be fun. 7 o'clock Queensland time every Monday night. 7:30 Build Strong, Start Strong, half an hour. And then you guys are going to also be able to invite, if you guys had guests at the event, okay, so if you've got a guest on that event from 7 to 7:30 and they want to know a little bit more, then you guys will be able to share the link. I wouldn't share the link straight away. I would share the link once you speak to them. Hey, there's a getting started. We will invite them on that event, that if you want to jump on the Start Strong, know a little bit more about how it works, then they can jump on. But they'll have to ask you guys for a link. So you guys are going to find out who's stuck around, who's kind of a little bit keener than normal. And then you guys are going to do, and you'll be able to invite them on to the Start Strong training straight after that. So anything you want to share about that? We are going to, there's going to be a bit of a shake-up of the event too, I believe. Kira doesn't know about it, but she told me about it. It was her idea. But we're going to do a little bit of a shake-up. You guys are going to see a little bit of a transition through our event. It's going to be, I think, one of our things we want to focus on stories and bring some really good stories back to our events and make them really powerful. So going to be good. It's going to be great. The other thing I want to share with you guys, that I am rolling solo. I am rolling solo with my golf clubs. I am coming to Adelaide next week. I'm excited to be coming down and doing some events with you guys. So if you're in Adelaide or you know people in Adelaide, I will be in Adelaide next week. I will be doing an event on the Wednesday and Thursday night in Radelaide, as Melinda Hill keeps telling me, Radelaide. So I'll be there Wednesday and Thursday night. I'll be doing an event. And then on Saturday, I'll also be doing another event. I'm going to stick around and do another event and do Super Saturday. So I'm going to be doing I'm going to be doing like an afternoon of training for all our Radelaides. Now, I want to just put it out there. There is never, ever, 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 from my understanding, been an NMD come out of Adelaide ever in the history of Juice Plus. And Juice Plus has been here since 1998. Now, I want to also remind you guys, we're looking for people that are ready to step up into this in that area, whether they're in this team already or if they're ready to step into this. But we're ready to work with some people in Adelaide and really take this to the next level. So if you know someone, or if you're already in Adelaide and you're ready to step into this and make the most of it, we're looking for you guys to step into this and make the most of it. I think the thing is, 4.5 years ago, when we first started this business, our thing is that there was never, ever an NMD come out of Melbourne. And since this team's been around, the existence, we have at least three or four NMDs. And from what I understand, there's only been 3 or 4 ever come out of Melbourne. And so our thing is that we want to do the same in Radelaide. So let's do that. Let's have lots of fun. Looking forward to doing the event next week. So guys, if you know people in Adelaide, if you're in Adelaide, fill up your cars, get to the event. It's going to be epic. It's going to be amazing. So that is that. We talk about getting to the big events. Away we go. So I'll put Warwick on the map. I like it, Liz. I like it. They're fighting words. So let's talk about this, the game plan. What an epic event. Like we said, it was an amazing event. We had Fraser Brooks in the house. He was incredible. I think everyone loves his content. Simple to follow, simple steps. And I'm actually going to talk a little bit. Am I going to talk about? I don't feel like I'm worthy of it. We're going to talk a little bit about his Facebook strategy. And if I felt like even I could do that, you guys know that I'm not the big social media guy. I felt like I could implement that. Maybe I'll share it with you guys, what I learned from that you guys can quickly or easily implement in. But I want to hear from some people. So I'm going to ask, who am I going to ask? If you're kind of like the first timer, I think I just had someone nominate a couple of people for me. So Chrissy Royal, are you there? Can you come off mute for me and then you'll jump?
I am.
Hey, how are you? So Chrissy, so good to have you along. I know you've only been in the business for a little while now, but tell us, what was going on before game plan for you? Like kind of what was your resistance maybe going, or you kind of just like, no, I'm all in, I'm going, that's it?
Yeah, I was all in. I just, especially I live on the Gold Coast, so I kind of had no excuses to not go. And yeah, like I didn't really know what to expect going into it, but I am so glad that I did go. Like you said, it was like, I felt like there was a lot of heart there. So, which is very, I suppose, aligned with how I roll. So I really did love the event. And yeah, Fraser Brooks was hilarious, but also like gave so many kind of practical advice. But like, yeah, it took so much inspiration from the event as well. And I've just got like a ton of notes as well that I still like kind of want to mull over and take in. Yeah,
it's awesome. And Chrissy, I want to ask, because some people like you kind of like, yep, the leader said to go, I'm going to go, no excuses doing that. Tell us, how long have you been in the business now?
I've Just over 6 months.
Okay, great. And what position are you?
SC.
No surprise.
Like SSC by the end, like in the next few days.
So you'll be SSC this month?
That's the plan, I'm hoping.
Amazing. So I just want to say, here's someone with the attitude of just, I'm all in. If they said to go, I'm going to go. No excuses. You've got a little Bubba, right? How old's your little Bubba?
He's 8 months.
Okay, great. So you had an excuse. Why not? And you bought Bubba, right?
I brought him a couple of days before, but I didn't bring him to the actual game plan event.
Yeah. Were you at leadership with little Bubba? No. Yeah.
No, I was. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what I just want to admire, your commitment, like that whole afternoon from like, well, all day, she just bought Bubba. I'm going to bring Bubba. We're going to do it. Going to show up. No excuses. Bubba hugged all over her all day.
I know. I actually had like a really sore arm and wrist the next day. He's a big boy. He's like 10 kgs.
He is a big boy. Boy. So I think I looked to offer and I'm like, oh, hang on a minute. He's like, he looks like me when I was a kid. So, so just no excuses, made it happen. Congratulations. Appreciate you coming along. Anyone else that was first time would love to share what their takeaway, maybe it was hard to get there, why, you really loved it. Does anyone else would like to come off mute? Catherine, are you putting your hand up to say that's me? Maybe come off mute so I can hear you and then I can bring you guys off mute. Anyone want to nominate anyone? Chantal, let me see. Just come off mute for me, please.
Hey, Adam. How you going?
Good. Hang on one sec. I'm just going to bring you off mute. Chantal, tell us your resistance. Hey, good to see you.
Well, my biggest resistance was I resisted right up until about, I think, a month before game plan to buy my ticket. And my biggest resistance was the kids, and just I kept putting that excuse in front of me that I've got an 8-month-old baby, I can't do it, blah, 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 blah. And I just bit the bullet and booked the accommodation, my flights, and everything like a month before, and my ticket.
Amazing. And so tell me, now you kind of made that leap of faith and you come along, someone else who's kind of, that's going to come up for them at the next event, that sort of thing. What were your key takeaways that you feel like maybe you didn't realize you would get out of this event, and that you won't maybe miss another one?
Well, I didn't go with any expectations. So when I got into the room, I absolutely bawled my eyes out. Everybody was dancing and I'm crying. And I didn't know how to deal with that emotion. It was just like, wow. But what I got out of it was, that it's so important to have your own beliefs and really build your story. Like, my story is probably 1,000 times better now after going to game plan. And yeah, definitely something that, everybody needs to go. Like I definitely will be at conference next year.
I love it.
And I actually invested $250 today and joined up to Fraser Brooks networking company to be coached for a year on how to better my business. So it made do leaps and bounds. So yeah.
Amazing. Great work. Proud of you. And again, no excuses, make things happen. And Chantal is in our top action or top results getters for Team FreeStyle. She's in actually the top 10 results getters for last month. So good to see, girl. You just keep showing up and not letting excuses get in your way. So certainly the results are there, guys, if you're prepared to really put yourself out and go. Someone who's been here for a little while, who's been to loads of events and probably thinks, why do you have to go to another event, was our amazing Jackie Brugman. But Jack, right at the end of the game plan, I noticed that you might have had a breakthrough or a breakdown, probably both. But love, Jack, what was it? I know you've been to so many events. Tell me what was your big realization this event?
Well, do you know a secret? That was actually only my second in-person game plan. So the last two I've missed for sick husbands and waiting for a baby to vacate. So it was only the second one I got to go to in person, and the first one was at Q1, I think it is.
Yeah.
So
wow.
And that was not long after starting the business, only a few months. It was pretty cool. But this was, you know, I've been to a few conferences. I've been to the American conference, and this blew me away more than any. Like my little breakdown at the end, definitely, but even just the content throughout. I loved all the stories, and it became crystal clear for me that the only way for you to do well in this business, the only way for you to have success is if you focus on your vision, your confidence, longevity and legacy kept coming up for me. So, you know, having those things strong and hard and strong and fast or whatever it is in your mind. But for me, the wrap up at the end, or not even the wrap up, was just that stupid video clip from This Is Me. And if you guys haven't got the live stream, if you weren't there, you can still buy live stream tickets. It's $27. Get it and go and watch all the content. And if you get to the end, make sure you're present and you think of your goals and you know, do all that first, and then take on. I've got butterflies and feel sick thinking about it again, but it was a complete out of body experience for me. I get a little tear here, and if it's just Adam and Kira and maybe Linda on, I might have a complete breakdown and really bawl to them, but I don't cry very much in public. But I was crying so bad that the people who lucky were teammates behind me could hear me sobbing. It was like a whole body shaking experience. It was completely embarrassing. Sobbed like a baby when Adam come over to me. And for me, it was, for you guys who don't know me, I've had two babies like 17 months apart. And my youngest is 1. And this last 12 months, I completely lost my confidence. Lucky my team love me and they pretend that they have not noticed. But my business hasn't grown in that 12 months. And when she stepped out from behind that music stand, like, you know, effort and just owned her shit and danced, and like that was huge. And I'm really like, I don't dance in public, and I was like, bugger that, like if I had a few too many drinks maybe, but like I just loved that. And I just thought, what am I doing? Like, why am I hiding? Why have I got no confidence? Like, I've got a pretty awesome team. Like, there's some action happening in my team. My girls are amazing. They're so driven and inspiring, and like, that's because of me. I need to own this. I need to find a way to get my confidence back, and not let toilet training and tantrums and long nights, you know, steal what that, you know, what this business can do for my family and that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's about it.
Amazing, girl. I love it. So, and I think it's such a nice diversity. You know, girls first time coming. Jack's been in the business for 4 years, and she can still get so much out of it. I think sometimes we think, you know, I've been to a few of those things. I don't need to go again. And who would have thought you would have got that sort of profound experience? You know.
Definitely. Like, I always had it, and you know, even this game plan was a little bit of a financial stretch for us, and even I'm lucky that I've got an amazing husband, and I was like, I'm going for my team. Like, I'm going because a leader goes, and that's what a leader does. I did not expect for it to, you know, have that effect on me. And now coming home, and you know, for everyone who went, and now you're home, and the kids' toilet training has gone out the window, and you know, you're dealing with all of that everyday rubbish. It's hard, like you're back in the trenches again. But I keep just reminding myself of that moment, and I refuse to let that moment go to waste. So even though today was crazy with kids, I made sure I'd had 8 conversations before lunchtime, because I refused to let that moment be wasted.
Amazing. Anything you want to share? Anything comes up? No? Good. Awesome. Thank you, Jack. I'm just going to put some of our other leaders on the spot. I did see Ange there somewhere. Any other leaders would love to share their breakthrough or maybe their distinction around the event? It would be amazing. Anyone have a huge breakthrough that would love to share? Rachel, let's get you to share. You want to come off mute for me? I know we did the Leaders Day, so I'm not sure if you guys are aware that we had, before the game plan started, on the on the Thursday, on the Thursday, we just invited all our QNMD, NMD leaders and those that are well and truly on their way to QNMD. They got invited to a leaders afternoon on the Thursday afternoon. We then had a Friday leaders thing for all the Team Spirit gang, and there was about 200 of us. So, Rach, I'd love for you to share what was your takeaways from the leadership event that these guys don't want to miss out on next time.
I want to encourage everybody to put that on their vision board and to just make it happen, because it really helped me so much. Something I've been struggling with for a while, like Jackie shared around how she's been feeling. I've been feeling that too, and I know that with every new level is a new devil, and so I've been struggling with mine for a while, and leadership really helped me, because I didn't really believe that I could be a leader and what that looked like for me and how I was going to be a better person, all that kind of stuff, and all the limiting beliefs that just is going around in my head all the time. And it's really stepping into that and just being okay with it, and even if it looks scary, just doing it anyway, and you'll just get better along the way. And so what I really loved was, Fraser Brooks explaining, so many great ways of connecting with your why and all those things that help you create better meanings and reprogramming your brain in that way so that you can do it better. And Lindsay and all the other leaders, it just really helped me to kind of have that breakthrough moment where I'm okay with being loud and proud about what I believe, and how this can help people. So I'm really glad it did that for me, because I've been waiting for that for a while. I've still got room to grow in that area, but I feel way more stronger to do it and be on purpose. So yeah, absolutely something to put on your vision board next year.
So good. Love it. Thanks, Rach. Lee Campbell, love for you to share. Come off mute, girl, and I'll highlight you up.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Hey. My biggest takeaway really is just that whole transformation and that reflection of back to day one. That was one of my biggest, just the growth that I know that I've had, and just to see, last game plan or last leadership day, I had one person at leadership, and then this year I had 6. And like 23 of my team all totally rocking it and totally owning it and shining bright themselves. That was awesome.
So awesome. I think it's always good to reflect, guys, when you guys think about the journey of what this is. Even the leaders, even Kira, her first game plan might have had one person at, and then the next year she's got 5 or 10, and then that turns into 30 or 40, and then it expands. So we all need to start somewhere. But the first thing is we've got to show up, with that one person, and then say, you know what, next year I want to expand on that. I'm going to go at this thing, and it grows over time. I'm so proud, to have the after party, the after party, to think that there's 250 people that we're transporting in buses to the venue, and that we're taking over the venue and doing that. So once upon a time, we all just was us signing a little thing. And, I'll be honest, my first conference, I dragged Kira there, and Lauren Berry came with me. To think that, 4.5 years on or 4 years on, that's what it can look like for all of us it's pretty awesome when we go back and reflect on that stuff, which we can all do. Any other leaders want to share? Ange, do you want to share? All the other leaders, I can't find the other ones. Do you want to share? What did you get out?
Yeah, sure. I got heaps from it, and I know that my team got so much from it. I've just all day today, I've been in messages from them saying, I need to talk to you. I'm taking it to the next level. I want to be on that stage. I can do this. I'm just like everyone else. And I think that for a lot of them, that was the biggest thing, knowing that, a lot of the people up on the stage who shared their journeys and who shared their stories, anyone can do this. And I think we forget that, because I'm assuming that a lot of people see the leaders and go, I can't do that. I don't have that confidence. I've got all my excuses. I've got all my reasons that can't be me. And I feel like the whole event just shut all of that down for so many people in my team, where they just went, you know what, no, my excuses are BS. And Alex Matthews homeschools 5 kids, and yet she's up on that stage being incredible and, showing everyone what's possible. So, I mean, there were so many, like, I've got my notebook in front of me, so I was just going through it all, and there are so many little things I could share. But the biggest thing is that every single person on this training and every single person who was there has the ability to be whatever they want to be in this business, and to be on that stage if you want to be, or even if you don't want to be, make it a goal, because there's so much growth in getting up and getting out of your comfort zone. And I know that every year that we go to game plan, there's going to be more people, in a year there could be 2,000 or more. And imagine if you grew so much as a person that you could get up on that stage and share your story in front of that many people and feel really good and confident. So yeah, that's probably was my biggest thing from it all.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I just, go.
I just wanted to share on that note, because I spoke to several people over the course of the day, and especially after the silver after party, I spoke to several team, and so many really did catch that vision of what this could be for them and who they could come back as the following year. And some of you shared your visions of seeing yourself on that stage, whether it be accepting, an award, or whether, super builder or elite builder, or whether it be that you were speaking at next year's game plan. And my number one tip for that, if that was you, if you had some kind of vision of that, or who you want to come back as, is make yourself known. We are here for every single one of you, and we truly believe in all of you. We know it's possible for every single one of you. We believe in your potential, and we're here to support you. And if you want to see yourself on that stage, then be so loud that they can't ignore you. Put yourself in front of the leaders. Make noise by doing the action. You've got this vision, go to work and bring it to fruition. Take 100% responsibility. Participate in your own rescue. You're totally in charge of your success. And if you want to see yourself up on that stage, it's 100% up to you to make it happen. Have the vision, do the work, be so loud they can't ignore you. When I first, realized what I wanted this to be truly for the first time, and I really owned responsibility for where I was at, I really had to own responsibility for why I wasn't being seen, why I wasn't being heard, why I didn't feel valued, which was all my BS, because of course my leadership was there to support me. But I had to commit to stepping up, to do the work, and the work spoke for itself. So don't worry about the words, just let the feet do the talking, get into action, put your hand up when you need help. Make sure that you utilize the training and that you're showing up and that you're doing that daily action. And then you will get to that place where you're getting asked to be on stage next year, or you are receiving those awards, or whatever that might be.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to share, maybe while the other leaders are getting the courage to say, I'll share. I wanted to share just some really key, when Fraser did the social media thing, he shared the 5 C's. And I think that it was so simple to follow when he did share those things. Like I said to you guys before, I'm like, I could do that, so I think step 1, he talked about content. So if you guys think about, what am I doing to produce content? What content am I going to share to utilize social media? He talked about sharing results, but not your results, other people's results, because it becomes if you're helping somebody, I'm helping this person, excited to be able to help this person, doing that stuff. So you're helping other people. People go, man, I want to be helped too. That you're adding value. So it might be success quotes. He talked about text only. And I noticed some of you guys, I did scroll through Facebook once, I think, since then. And I know some of you guys are kind of just doing text only. So you guys are being teachable. Good on you guys for doing that. And then just sharing lifestyle. Obviously, if you guys were there on the weekend, you guys got a whole bunch of photos. Hopefully you got some photos around the rooftop pool, and you guys have got some photos that you can share. Loving what you do. The next is comment. If you can't expect people to be commenting and interacting on your post if you're not interacting on theirs. Are you adding value to them first? They're adding value back. So he talks about comment all the time. So it could be encouragement, add value, and share your opinions inside those comments. So you talk about in news feeds, in groups, stories, people when they're showing the stories, and in pages. So doing that under 85 characters. Thank you for even listening more than I did, Ali. I love it. The third one is The third step is connect. Like people, like, you know, adding people, looking for excuse to add friends. He even talked about messaging and just connecting when people do add, but not just like add value, build the relationship. I love how he talks about that. Communicate, right? So the one thing that he talked a lot about, building relationships when you're communicating with people on Facebook or so whatever sort of social media platform you're using. So he talks about taking strangers to friends and then friends to family, and that's just nurturing the relationship, doing that, but also getting to the point. And he talked about a really cool. Now, some of us have heard of the analogy, or the acronym FORM, but he's got his own acronym when you're talking about starting conversations. So he talks about location, Lord, which is where do you live? Occupation. Look at you guys go for it. Occupation. So what do you do for work? Third, recreation. What do you do for fun? Right? What do you like to do for fun? And then D is dreams, aspirations, those sort of things. So find their pain point, and then obviously about offering that. So love that. And then the last is close. So once you've got someone to a point where you feel they might be in pain, you feel like I might have something you could be interested, then the next thing is get them on a three-way, you know, and get them in front of your upline. I love that he shares exactly what we've been teaching you guys for a long, long time. So really, really powerful. And just being consistent around that stuff. That's not the sixth C, but maybe that's a sixth C that you guys could add. Be consistent around this stuff. Really, really important. It doesn't work if you don't do it. Like social media doesn't work for me because I'm not consistent. I don't do it enough. Some of you guys are doing a great job, but it's committing to it. Another C, committing to it for a decent period of time. Not like I'm going to do it for a week and then stop, you know, getting in the habit. What could you do to get consistent? That's what I would say to you guys. What would you need to do to get consistent in this area if you want to utilize this amazing platform that so many guys are spending so much time on but not really making the most of, because we kind of get caught in scrolling rather than adding value and to the communities around us. Anything you want to share around social media?
I think Sophie Hughes nailed it, to be honest. Like, I think it's just so important. I think probably where I see people go wrong the most is trying to be someone, trying to be something, trying to come up with a fancy brand rather than really just truly being your authentic self and just living your passion and your purpose and your mission. And when you do that, when you are just yourself and you are just living your true passion and purpose, then it doesn't require so much effort. It doesn't really require planning, because if you're living the mission, you just share your life. And I think there's much more ease and grace and flow in that. And I think that people want to buy into you, not into something that isn't a true representation of your passion and who you are. So if you weren't there and you weren't on the, what do you call it? The live play, whatever it's called, then I would definitely recommend the $27 that it costs you to go back and especially listen to Fraser Brook and, you know, all of the leaders that perhaps you don't get to hear from. There was just so much incredible content around social media and conversations. So
yeah, and are we allowed to tell them done all the? I thought I saw. Did I see that correctly? I'm not sure if I just saw it in a message and it's been announced yet. But if you're at the game plan, guys, you guys are all getting a free access to the live stream. So if you guys were at the game plan, you bought a game plan ticket, you were there, you guys are all getting access to it today. So it already happened today. So that's really exciting that James and Linda organised that for you guys. I'm going to get Ellen Hardy to share. Ellen, do you want to come off mute for me and then I'll spotlight you?
Hey.
Hey, how are you? Love for you to share. What'd you get out of the game plan?
There was a couple of things, but the biggest thing was passion. So I'm standing up right now because I've got a hell of a lot of passion in here, but it's been hiding. And if we have that passion and belief, then we're going to get out of bed every morning and we're going to show up. So to really have that firm passion and belief in every area of this business. And I love that about Fraser Brooks, that the amount of times that he said that network marketing is such an incredible business. And even when people said, like, the question was, what does someone say if it's a pyramid scheme? He said, well, I'm at the top, so I'm making all the money. And he just moved on. He just didn't let the people having the crap you know, at him, he just ignored it. Like, he just ignores it and goes next. Like, people can have their opinions and that's okay, and next. And that was a really cool thing for me, because I was actually staying with my family at during game plan, and they never asked me about what I do. But then my grandmother said that she was in network marketing in the 80s, and then my auntie the next day was telling me her opinions, and it was just so good to be like, cool, that's your thing. And I don't have to deal with that, and I can stand loud and proud. So that's why I'm standing right now. And that everybody has excuses. Like, we saw the panel of 4 or 5 incredible women who just shared like how hectic their life has been and still is for some of them, and how they still just show up because they have that passion and they know that everyone has excuses. And that was just incredible. And I think a lot of people went, geez, well, my excuse is rubbish. If they can do it, then I can absolutely can. And the other one was to run your own race, you know, to not be distracted by other people, be motivated, but, you know, stay in your line. I mean, Linda talks about it all the time, and it's so true. Just stay in your line, stay in your lane. Sometimes you overtake other people, some people overtake you. That's okay, but absolutely run your race and look at the success that you want to create for your family by helping others. And I love that it kept going back to that about helping others, and the vulnerability from the leadership for those who have created incredible success, that they have the same struggles as us, but they just don't let, you know, the rubbish get in the way of what they want to achieve. So, yeah, I'll stop talking. But
Awesome, girl. You're on fire. I can't wait to see what's to come after this. It's exciting. Beck Davis, would you like to share? You've been dobbed in, so you're going to... Hello.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm just going to highlight you. Hang on one sec. Love for your share. I heard you might have a little distinction. Now, I know you've been in the business for a little while now. So tell us how long you've been in the business, how many sort of events like this you've been to, or just conferences, all that, and then what did you get out of this?
Yep. Sorry, Buckeye. I'm saying that already. But I've been in the business for just over 3 years now, and I've been to every conference and every game plan since. My first conference and game plan were definitely standouts for me. And then since I've got lots from it, but not really moved like the first lots, I guess. As Adam, Kieran, my leaders know, I've probably stepped back a bit with different changes in our life. Here I go. Lost a lot of vision because I did tick off some goals we wanted to achieve for our family. And then sort of just not staying close to the fire. I guess that's a big thing. I would definitely suggest everyone just stays close to the fire no matter what, because when life can get hard or things change, sometimes we're quite easy to slip away, and that means everything sort of falls down. You know, my business has definitely gone downhill from me stepping, you know, not being consistent with training. Like before we traveled Australia, well, not Australia, but went traveling last year for 8 months. And before that, I never missed a Monday night training. Like I definitely had a no excuses attitude. And then when life changed, all of those things come creeping in, I guess. So not being consistent, all of those type of things. So on the weekend, there was lots of different things that came at me, but just, I guess, who am I not to shine? And who are all of you guys that are on here not to shine? Like, you need to decide when is your time, and no matter how long you've been in the business, how short a time or how long, then it's your time to shine and make that decision. No one else can make that for you. And it's okay if it's not right now, because it may not be the right time for everyone. But there will be a time that something just hits you, and you just need to take that on board and just be reminded of the amazing community we are supported by. Like, did you guys all seen, and if you weren't there, you would have seen photos, I'm sure, like there was a nursery set up outside for everyone that was there with their babies. Like, and just so much support. And I shared this on our team last night. If you weren't there, or if you didn't get a live stream, I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know why you're doing this business, because there's no excuse. Like, if you couldn't make it on Saturday, if you couldn't show up online on Saturday, that's okay, because we've got a whole month to watch that back. So there's definitely no excuse. We've been given so many opportunities to have access to all these amazing tools and resources. So we should be using them. We don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? We don't have to do this on our own, so make the most of that. So definitely just making that decision to shine, and not getting focused on, she started the business after me and, you know, she's amazing, because she's doing more work than you. She's amazing, or he's amazing, because he's doing more work than you, and not letting those excuses get in the way. So I'm really grateful for everyone that shared on the weekend. And yeah, just slapped me in the face to get back to who I was before June last year.
Just want to have a moment. I just want to have a moment to say she's back. We've missed you, girl.
I missed her too.
It's so good to see you shine and just rock this. So, yeah, I'm excited for what's possible. And I just, it's amazing. And you make me cry too every time. So you're awesome, girl. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Jess Shembri, would you like to share? That's a tough act to follow.
Sure, I was just about to say the same thing. I'm like, I don't know if I've got tears in me tonight, but Beck did a good job of bringing them up. Yeah, I loved it. I've been to that's my third game plan now. And the first one, I had one teamie there with me, Beck Neal, and she was my first ever teamie. And I think we had over 50 girls there. We couldn't actually even keep track of everyone, which was awesome. So yeah, I mean, I think like anyone, you know, when we're looking from the outside in, we can always, you know, see someone who's doing well, or who's hit a certain level, or a club level, or, you know, an achievement, or, you know, whatever it is, NMD, QNMD, SC, and kind of assume that they don't go through the same ups and downs that everyone else does. And one of the things that got said at Leadership Day, which was really cool, which I loved from Linda, was just around the fact that this business doesn't go up like a steady incline. It's a roller coaster, and we really have to embrace those ups and downs. And sometimes they can be the most challenging parts. You know, it's awesome that this business provides us with so many highs. But the downs help us build character and build strength, and they help us, you know, reinvent ourselves and find our purpose again. And, you know, I really think that it's important to embrace that. And I know that my team, and looking around the room on the Saturday, there was just so many people there that were emotional. And I'm like Jackie, I had a baby a year ago too, and definitely found that was a big distraction to my business. But, you know, I think when you go to an event like that, you realize, oh, that's right, we're actually all the same. That's right, we all go through the same things, like the similar challenges. And I believe that the biggest challenge, or the biggest thing that we all go through, really is just managing our mindset, and being able to keep our own beliefs, our own values, and our own kind of self-worth strong. Every time I ever see someone, including myself, have one of those days where you're just like, this just isn't working for me, maybe this isn't the thing that I should be doing, this month has been hard, anything that ever comes up, you know, for me or for anyone else in this business, I think a lot of the time it really is just a fact of we've kind of lost a little bit of belief. And so yeah, like Beck said, if you're on here and you haven't bought your live stream ticket recording, do it, because this business is about investing in yourself. And I know that there's nobody in this business that's, whether you're earning, you know, $300 a month, and that's making a huge impact to just being able to afford the groceries, or whether you're earning 3,000 or, you know, 10 times that a month, it's irrelevant if you're able to just appreciate yourself for what you've achieved, and really come from a place of knowing that you are worthy, and don't lose sight of your vision. And everybody, every single person has their own journey. So don't play the comparison game. Just get in there and invest in yourself. remember to keep your mindset strong. And if you're ever, you know, lacking motivation to get on team training, lacking motivation to get to an event, then just watch back these recordings. You know, people have so much impact when they leave events like this, not to mention, you know, the number of hugs and selfies and fun, and the way that the leaders have showed up for us. I mean, between James and Linda and Adam and Kira, and obviously all of your own personal leaders, you just feel this incredible energy. And I stopped and thought about it on the weekend, and I just thought, I don't know any other job or any other even family or community that really has the energy that our team has. And that's just amazing. I mean, we're so lucky. So if you're ever kind of feeling like you're not 100%, then make sure you get to these events.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
Jess. Great way to kind of share and wrap that up, to be honest. I just, you know, and I want to say this, is that we can't give energy if we don't get energy. And you guys bring so much. Like, so many of you guys bring your A game every time. You bring with a big open heart and wanting to really sew in. And so, you know, we're all on this journey together. You know, I was caught up with the leaders today, and, you know, I'm inspired to continue to grow. I've decided to take on a bigger and better and scarier coach than I've ever taken on ever. So I'm excited, you know, what's possible. I want to just remind you guys, if you guys love this event, we've got another big event coming up in February. So you guys can save the date for February the 21st and 22nd. We're going to have the FreeStyle retreat, and it is on the Sunshine Coast. So watch this space for that. We're going to find out more about that. I've got a meeting with Claudine on Wednesday to kind of nail down a little bit more stuff and release some more information, guys, but certainly save the date for that. There'll be one thing I can say about the FreeStyle retreat is that we have made a decision to keep it quite boutique. So you may, to get first dibs on tickets, you may need to be at a certain level. So, the better your business, the healthier your business is, the sooner it's in that healthy position, the better. So you get first access to the tickets and you're not missing out on that stuff. So it's going to be lots and lots of fun. Yes, there'll be another after party because that's just what we do. It's got to be lots of fun, but certainly lots of growth. And certainly, like, we're super inspired by what we saw on the weekend. There's like a new standard that's been set, and we really want to bring the energy. And I don't know, my new coach might even find a way to get there. I'll see if I can give him a hard time and see if he can get there. So we will see. Watch this space. But other than that, anything else you want to share?
I would just want to remind you guys that being close to end of month, remember the 5 and 1 bonus is on the table. So if you guys are, you know, getting close, I think just having one customer really is close to achieving that bonus. So wherever you're at, it's totally possible before end of month. You definitely want to get behind getting as many bonuses as possible, and of course helping your team do the same. We're still selling the base supporting base tickets for next month. So now that games plan is over, if you've been waiting for that to be over so you can focus on what's happening and what's coming up, we've got those tickets for Gold Coast. And also our new shred has just started. So as always, we would deeply, greatly appreciate you guys showing up in that group, showing some love and support to people who are doing the shred, and sharing your own lifestyle and tips and recipes in there as well, because the more energy that is in there, the more successful the shreds are. And obviously we want to provide that tool for you to be able to grow an amazing business from. So please, if everyone just showed up once a week to post, share, like, comment, then the energy in that group would just be next level. So if you guys want to add that to your weekly DMO, that would be amazing.
Yeah, and just a little bonus tip for those that have hung around for the last 5 minutes. I did share this on Start Strong Training, but this time of the month, certainly a great time of the month to maybe invite some of your new customers the opportunity to have a franchise. If you guys have got any new customers this month, for me, tonight's the night to kind of do this, or first thing tomorrow morning, a simple message by asking them, hey, you know, checking in to make sure they've got their product, they're in the program, kind of do that housekeeping stuff first. Once you get a response, then I would say, hey, just before the month rolls over, I just wanted to check in that if I could show you a way how to potentially get your product cheaper, or even better yet, for free, would that be something you'd be interested in? So you're kind of just creating that curiosity. If they said yes, then you say, just on the basis of your own order, it's worth this value. Love to catch you for a quick chat. Would like tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon or evening be better for you? And then you just want to map out. It's not them come do the business. You just want to say, like I said, based on your own order, you've got X amount. You guys can go check out the Start Strong call that I did, and you guys will see kind of what each of the orders. And then just by them finding 1 or 2 orders to match that, they're going to get X amount back, and away they go. Is that something they're interested in? So just something to think about. I think there's lots in that about giving your customers, and this time of the month, certainly a great time of the month to do that. Other than that, I hope you guys had a good time, and I look forward to catching up with you guys in the next week. And don't forget the new changes going on in the Team FreeStyle every Monday night. An event 7 till 7:30. You guys can invite everyone you know to that event. 7:30 till 8 will be Start Strong, and then back to Build Strong at 8 o'clock. Look forward to seeing you guys there. That is Queensland times, by the way. Peace out. Bye.